Welcome to King Games Show.
Welcome to the show, guys. It's the show.
Can you tell by the shirts we're wearing what game we're going to be reviewing today?
Ooh.
I don't think you're ready for this one. It's pretty rare. It's a sequel, spiritual sequel, somewhat connected, loosely based on one of the most, I guess, well-renowned games of all time.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed RPG, ChronoTrigger.
Yeah, it's a game that most people haven't even heard of. This game is so... Yeah, I can't believe
I came across this in the wild and had a few hunters come at me, wanting to, snatch it up, but I think I got away with it pretty easily, I picked up this sealed, limited edition, one-of-a-kind Trigger Man, alright? ChronoTrigger Man.
Yep.
We're ready to open this? An unboxing? Should I do this? It's worth so much on eBay, but we're doing it for you.
Yes.
For you.
For you.
For Monster 21 Man 21. Thank you for watching. Alright, let's unbox this. I had my special set ready for this moment. I've been waiting. This video is 10 years in the making. Almost 10 years. Welcome to 2013, by the way. I've got my drill.
We can fix anything in the workshop.
My buzzsaw. Most importantly, my unboxing knife. We gotta be very careful with this, alright? This isn't just no fan Crimson Echoes ROM hack or Magus Guile or anything like that. Oh my god. I gotta be very careful with this, because I'm hoping to resell this soon. Can't really get anything with the dullness of this blade. Unlike the rainbow sword from ChronoTrigger, which I hope will make an appearance. Got to be careful. Perfect. Uh-oh. That's not the wrapping.
Say goodbye, tools.
Say goodbye, value. Alright, Trigger Man. Nobody threatens our family. Nobody. One player. I guess I'll be playing this by myself because it doesn't have any other modes. Look at this. Remember when games had instruction manuals that were 12 pages long? Quality and notes. And the game. Are you ready to Trigger Man? No, I'm not really sure which characters are which in this version of ChronoTrigger. I think it's a reimagining of Chrono Triggers, but
yeah.
I assume this is Chrono, and this guy right here, that's Marley. I think this might be Magus, and down here, this little guy, that's Frog after he's returned to Glen form. And I think the guns are kind of used in here like Romeo plus Juliet. Like, these are actually swords. Okay, that's an allegory. So stick with it.
We've opened it up.
We've opened the game. I opened the game.
Yeah, I watched.
And then we're ready to play. So, Trigger Man.
Trigger. Oh.
So Trigger Man is published by Crave Games, who I believe localizes a lot of games such as Jade Cocoon, and Jade Cocoon is the only one that comes to mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they also published Trigger Man, which was developed by
good choice.
WNT Games on the cover, but however, it's actually Point of View Games developed it. So I think it's one of those Konami Ultra Games situations when it comes to this. But they've also developed games such as Spy Hunter and the Narc remake. I have played the Spy Hunter a long time ago.
I played the demo.
Yeah.
It wasn't
And
Okay.
I believe there was a movie supposed to be made starring
With
The Rock.
Yeah, I never saw.
I don't. Did it come out?
I don't.
That's a game movie I have not heard about. Like, you're talking about shitty game movies. Did Spy Hunter ever come out? Anyway, one things we noticed about this game is that it goes into just a bland title card, but after like a few seconds, it goes into the title is over a demo. So that's pretty neat. That kind of shows you what you're going into. But the game on the demo seemed more action-packed, and the guy who was playing, I guess, a better version of this game.
Oh,
So
it's Spy Hunter, question mark. This is in development.
it says the Spy Hunter movie is still in development. So how long is pre-production for movies normally? 2 or 3 years?
This is
I don't know if The Rock's going to be in it anymore, because I remember I saw an advertisement.
a long time ago.
We're going off topic here, but I saw an advertisement in Game Informer for the Spy Hunter movie, and The Rock's face was on it, and it looks like they were about to go with it. But so the Spy Hunter movie's in development hell. We've just found out, so that's it. One thing in particular about this game that's a little weird is that the models are modeled for voice acting and movement and storytelling, but there's just
wall of text.
The only thing that resembles a comic book is sort of a comic book text, but it's just a giant bubble filled with text, and then it just pans to the next guy, pans to the next guy.
It's boring.
And
They have so much text at once. It's not like push button for a sentence, push button for a sentence. It's like paragraph.
Yeah.
On the screen.
And the missions have objectives that remind me of GoldenEye, except they're all kind of disjointed. They're not really in order. You just kind of do one, and then another one highlights, and then you do another one, and then you're gone.
It's very, very linear anyway. It's like you walk down the hall shooting guys, and you happen to do.
Yeah, and it doesn't really tell you. You're just like, oh, I did it, and grab a key card, open a door.
There's lying around in the dirt.
Yeah. So we believe that this game is running on the Headhunter engine. And if I had some footage that I could show you, do we have footage? Come on, find some footage or something. Look at a Headhunter video. You'll see the games, and that's the game. It's the same game, kind of. Except Headhunter is actually a spy game with cool gadgets. Am I not talking about Trigger Man? There's a reason for that. So one of the things we noticed starting up in the game was that the sensitivity is really low.
Very, very low.
And
so you try to swap that up, max it out, and it feels like a normal game, but then you realize there's no sort of auto aim or sticky aim or anything, and headshots are like essential, so then you're kind of screwed, because if you can aim normally, then you can't get headshots, but if you bump it down, then you can't.
One of the things to notice is that each enemy takes about 5 or 6 hits to the chest, and that's if they're not wearing armor.
Right.
So you end up having to land these headshots on a target that is smaller than anything, especially as far as the point of view or the field of view.
Right, because you don't have a crosshair. Because if it was just like an X or a cross, you could at least tell where your center point is, but it's just like an open crosshair.
If you land the crosshair anywhere on the enemy's body, it turns red. So you don't know if it's a headshot or if it's an actual just regular body shot.
Like the size of the enemy, so you have no idea.
Yeah, so you kind of have to guess, and each weapon varies as far as that goes. So we had noticed that it takes 15 bullets per chest. I don't know if we were exaggerating or that's how much it took. 1 per head, and then 1 hit for the knife. So you'll notice in one of my playthroughs, I'm running around knifing everyone, and I ran out of bullets because too many chest shots. And so I just started knifing.
You can only hold like, what, 2 or 3 clips at a time or something?
So if you die in this game, it's just a quick fail screen, and you can hop right back in. And sometimes if you're caught, like in the instance wherever the stealth mission happens, you get that nice little face palm. I'm getting ahead of myself. It is possible to do a backstab, but there are very limited opportunities to do that. David has some notes that the shotgun guys are sucky jimbarones, but I think he meant jabrones to bring up The Rock again.
I definitely didn't mean jabrones.
Knife mode is good except for shotgun assassins. Shogun assassins.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they are shotguns.
That this is more stealth-based with the knife mode. AI just waits to shoot you equals tough balls. Re-inverts on its own. We had an issue wherever it re-inverted after I took it out of inversion mode because I play like normal human beings.
If you set the inversion, it sets that as your inversion setting until you die, and it reloads, and that sets it back unless you save your thing in the menu. Then it keeps it. But if it's not inverted after that, you go into the menu. It still says it's not inverted, but it really is.
So ammo bins are lying around, and those are your kind of lifeline because you can't pick up ammo from enemies, but you can pick up a gun every once in a while, and it's random when you do pick up a gun. Normally they sink through the ground.
They're like certain. I think that's like set points where you get good weapons.
Yeah, but the ammo bins that the casino just leaves around was a little bit odd. Like, I guess they equipped everyone with guns. They've trained everyone in the casino.
They were ready
guns,
for this.
and so there's unlimited ammo bins there. But the very first ammo bin, if you go for it, you're naked to the dudes up top. They will shoot you. There's a health pack. What you want to do is clear out the bottom floor and try and make it to the top and then shoot out the dudes. That's, I think, what we ended up doing. I guess the strategy we found that worked best for us in this game was to sit behind for cover and then just pop up and headshot people.
That's if you can.
Yeah, if you can. The shotgun is just awesome. Like, it kills everything in 1 to 2 hits.
2 to 3, I'd say.
Well, it depends. Early on, 1 to 2, and then, I mean, it has really long range. Like, you can get somebody all the way down the hall.
It's better than the pistol, no matter what the situation.
Yeah. This game would be amazing on the Nintendo 64. It would probably be a high-end shooting game.
I wouldn't say amazing. I'd say it would be acceptable.
It would be competitive against Winback, the covert operations.
Ooh, I want to play that.
So, okay, on the first level, there you get the diamonds, and then you go back through the vault. And then, as soon as you get back into the casino part, all these cops come down from the entrance, and you have to go where they are. And, in the stealth mode, you can't kill the cops at all, and you can't make any noises to alert the cops, and you can't hide behind anything or crouch anything for long, so you just kind of have to find an opening from a cop and run. We tried waiting it out multiple times, and the cops, if they go up to the stairs, it's already too late. So try and run to the door.
Yeah, there's like a specific pattern you have to watch, I think.
And it's one opening.
Yeah,
one
like
opening, or it's over. And then the cops stand at all these positions where they'll find you no matter where you go. So, like, if you get caught, your dude face palms. But there's no way you're not going to get caught your first few times because there's no cones of visions like in Sneak King, a quality game. So you're going to get caught every time. So we ended up making it to the 3rd level. And we get this throwing knife, which happens to be one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's like a one-hit kill if you land it. Mm-hmm. And it's a bit like the Batarang for a modern game from Batman Arkham City.
It is kind of like that. You have to aim it slightly.
Slightly. So there's a slight arc you can adjust the knife. But that did help us in this one boss fight wherever we got this guy all the way down the hall.
Right.
And then just aimed it for him and then just smacked him a couple times. It was over. In this one section of the game, we have to go around and find the door we're supposed to open, but every door...
It's not on the map at all.
No, it's not on the map.
Every door looks exactly the same.
Same texture.
But one of them had a push X button.
Yeah, no indication whatsoever.
Yeah, that was
so you have to just try all the textures. So it's sort of like Silent Hill without the bullshit of, this door's broken, this door's broken. It's just like, there's one door open, better find it. We got the AK, and we said the AK is A-OK.
Yeah.
It's actually...
Made that note.
It rips through the enemies pretty quickly.
I still think the Uzi's a little bit better. Maybe.
The Uzi
I don't know. They're both good.
Yeah, I think the Uzi's better overall, but that's from... I was just watching you playing. I didn't get to mess around with it. But the AK, good range, and, I mean, it's a good thing if you want to rip up somebody who's, like, firing, like, their machine gun at you. One of the things we wanted to mention was the sniper rifle, and it's hideous. There is a sort of a sniper mode at the beginning of the 2nd level.
It reverses the sticks, so left stick becomes aim for no apparent reason, and the right stick is just zoom in and out, which you could have just mapped that to a clicking it in of the stick or something. Yeah.
We shoot this guy in the head like 2 times and he doesn't die.
I think because sometimes they like scratch their head or something, and then if you shoot him in the finger, it counts as a hand shot, and they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here." Is the only thing they have to say about your arrival, and then you find
out. That's what they call that in to the phone, though. They take out their walkie-talkies, they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," and then everyone's like,
Then we have this odd moment, like wherever there are no stairs or ladders, you just kind of have to fall to the next platform, run around, find that random texture door, then make your way in, and then you want to talk to the guy. The mission objective is talk to this guy, then like it's a cutscene for a second, then it's just a shooting gallery, and pretty easy. I have to say, like, the hardest part that we faced was the end of the second level, like where there's basically no cover. There's like a car, and then there's guys at all levels, and then guys tucked around the corner, and you have very limited ammo, and you just kind of have to rely on glitches to get you through. Like, that very tiny pixel fragment.
That is one thing. There weren't really glitches in this game, though. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't very glitchy. It was at least, you know...
Very basic, but at the same time, you had to rely on exploits.
Yeah, exploits, but they didn't really... It wasn't glitchy, surprisingly.
Yeah, it was a basic functioning game. Like, if you put it on the iPhone, it would probably be a good 99-cent game.
Yeah.
Better free.
Better free with ads.
We're sure that the game probably picks up later on, but...
It definitely started to pick up. The longer we played, like, each level I think was better than the one before it.
Yeah, so... I guess, you know...
It's probably because as they were making the game, they're like, dude, it would be fun if you could do this, and they, like, just kept on adding on to it as they played through. They just built the game like a linear game.
Look at this GameFAQs poster for a second in complete denial, giving this game such high praise. It's kind of, I hate how these like gamers develop Stockholm syndrome, trying to defend any game purchase that they got, saying that
spent their, like, 6 months of allowance
it's the
money.
gamer's fault. It's your skill level that's the problem with this game. Like, you know, you're supposed to get headshots every single time. I was like, what happened to variety? What happened to actual stealth in this game? What happened to opportunities? You know, it's a win, you know?
This game, yeah, it's just so, like, bland and generic. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not good, and you could play a million better games.
I just wanted to mention, I bought this game at Kmart for $7 in a 3-pack. I wanted two games. The other two games in it were Tulip and Raw Danger. Two games I both love.
Why were those 3 games bundled together?
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, like, you know, Trigger Man just happened to be in there. I think the same thing happened with Superman Returns and a couple other games I wanted to play, but...
Weird.
Yeah, we'll have to do that one day. Trigger Man, I gotta say, the cover's quite misleading. I don't think this is related to Chrono Trigger, but I wore this shirt for no reason. But it actually is misleading on a lot of levels. I mean, you think it's going to be a comic game, or at least there's going to be cell shading like 13 or something, and no cell shading. This is, I believe, now, David hasn't played it, but I have, Headhunter is the engine that they made this game with. So it plays like Headhunter. There's like Headhunter, there's guns and knives and violent things, but there's no blood. And I think that's even creepier. I think, like, if you're gonna mess kids up, and you play a game with shooting and there is no blood or result of your actions, I think the more realistic you get, you know, the closer, that's better for the kids. I think that's a better form of violence.
I guess.
Well, because there's a cause and effect. If you remove that whole blood and, like, the gruesomeness, like, if you can actually get the gruesomeness and the weight of the gun and everything, the more realistic, kids aren't going to want to play, you know?
I suppose.
I don't know. I was trying to make a point, but it didn't go anywhere.
Okay, anyway, this game was... I don't know.
This game triggers a seizure for David anytime he wants to talk about it.
Okay, it starts out horrible. The first mission was really bad, but after that, it kind of picks up.
And so, what the problem with Trigger Man is it wants to be a heist game, like, you know, Reservoir Dogs game. I want to do that one day. For a future episode. It's actually pretty fun.
Is it?
Yeah, but
I've never seen them.
It wants to be a stealth game, but it can't, because, like, the minute you shoot somebody, everyone for the next 2 miles knows who you are.
It feels like it's kind of trying to be like Hitman mixed with, like, a Max Payne without bullet time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Like, the T in the Trigger Man is an Uzi, and that is the best weapon in the game. Like,
well, that we got so far.
Yeah, I mean, like, we didn't get as far. I like the throwing knives myself, but the Uzi,
good.
as far as guns go, which is like, and it just eats through the armor that a lot of enemies wear. But other than that, I would say I can't really recommend this. This is not the Chrono Trigger sequel I was hoping for. But
Unfortunately, it's very misleading.
Interesting interpretation. It's probably the dirge of Cerberus as far as Chrono Trigger games go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
but
see that.
anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about this game. I had a good time somewhat, but I mean, like, there's some parts that really bog it down.
Right. It's definitely not like the worst game ever. It's just so bland.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many games better.
If you're running out of every other third person, first person over the shoulder games.
Right.
But this, I guess, is the best first person over the shoulder game I've ever played.
Yeah, I could say that.
Yeah.
So it's first person, your eyeballs are like stuck back in the back of your head,
Yeah.
so it's really you. You can see yourself.
We could do it that way. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
KJR.
KJR.